So when we go in, we want smudge, photo, cruci. Actually, we're going to do smudge, cruci, parabolic, because that's how we're going to best find the ghost. And we want to throw everything through the door, so I don't actually think I want to bring that in. What do I specifically want to bring in? You're bringing in everything that you can test ghosts with. So let's bring that in. And then I'm going to open the door to start. Because I call it like ghost swarming. It gives the ghost time to be active and establish a temperature in its room. And then once you're there, like you're walking in, we're at 75% sanity, so normally you just wait right on that corner there and wait for a hunt. We're actually going to walk around a bit. If we get a demon, that's just unfortunate, and we're going to hope the smudges... Oh, I forgot to put tier 1 smudges. We still could probably do this with tier 3 smudges. So we're going to need these. Actually, we're going to take one with us when we go in, so just one for now. I haven't done this in a while, so I need that. We need that. The flashlight, you can test a myling. Salt, you can test a wraith, and then firelight, you can test unreal. If I'm at 100% sanity, I'm taking. This is also a good sign that it might not be a shake because it's already getting pretty active. Okay. Do I need anything else? You don't want to go too crazy with the stuff you bring in because in most APOC runs, you're just trying to guess quickly. Oh, you know what? I want to check to see if... I didn't check to see in the contract, but if we can see the breaker, because the breaker is a big thing for this. And I don't even know if it starts off or on. I didn't check that. Now, if you look at it, that's the upstairs, that's the downstairs. And then the upstairs also has a center area. It's a pretty linear map. It's not the craziest, but there's some things that can make it pretty crazy. So we're going to go in. We're going to keep an eye on the door to make sure it doesn't just hunt right away. No breaker there. We got lights. Okay. The bell of good luck. And then... Oh, you know what? We didn't want the photo camera. We wanted the parabolic mic. This is a big map, so you can use the parabolic mic to figure it away. Okay, so now we're in. And we're going to look for cursed possession too, because I'm pretty sure we get one here. If we don't hear anything after a little bit of searching around, we will grab the thermometer. It turned the breaker off, so it's not a djinn. But that's also really bad because we're at 75% sanity looking for the ghost room. And we have no idea where it is. And I didn't hear the breaker turn off, so I'm not sure where that is either. That's one of the spots that the breaker can be. I'm going to check another one. And I think I checked, there's one at the entrance too. I think I checked that already. So we're keeping this out because we can be a little more defensive if we hear any noises from the ghost. The only problem we're going to run into potentially is if there's a Diogen and it hunts and I don't have anything to loop it, I could be just dead. Although the stand still smudge actually works better on Diogens for this. Okay, no breaker there. That's another spot. I don't know if you can see where I'm walking at all. I didn't bring a flashlight. I can barely see myself. So this is that kitchen area you were in earlier. Oh, we know where the ghost is. And it's not far away. I believe that's on the corner there. Okay. It's not the best, but not the worst. I've been in tougher situations in this game. If it hunts, though, I gotta stay away from it right now. I'm not ready for a hunt. I may actually take meds now that I know where it is. But we also still don't know where the breaker is, which is a huge problem. I didn't check the courtyard. So the other breaker can be down here. Holding smudge out just in case. Because 200% sanity drain happens pretty fast. Okay, thank goodness. And then we might just take a sanity med to reset ourselves. And we know where that is now, so life gets a lot easier because of that. Has not hunted yet, so potential for demon is going to be lower. Not low, but lower. And we're going to try to get to the room next and just establish ourselves. We kind of know where it is, so we're going to take a thermometer. And we're just going to make sure, too, that it's not in the 69% ain't not bad. But we're going to take it anyways. We're going to take a thermometer just to make sure it's not in the chapel, and then also to guarantee when we find it. I don't think I need... No, ghost event, crucifix. Ghost event's a really bad objective for this task, I guess I would say. Why is the temperature so low? The breaker wasn't off for that long. Maybe it was off for that long. But that's really, really low. That's almost unacceptable. Not there. I gotta hope this thing doesn't just magically hunt on me. It should be like here. Okay, yeah, you're here, but the temperature's not very low. What? Am I bugged? Is my thermometer bugged? Oh no, it's here. It might be changing rooms though. Or it roamed to me. Which is something that can easily happen. I'm gonna just guess that it's here. I would prefer it be in that room. The room I was just in. This room's coverable by a crucifix and a lot of stuff that can happen. So now we have the ghost room. And we should be pretty high sanity. We're at 1.8 degrees, 1.1. This has got freezing temperature vibes, but no guarantees on that. I do not like to call freezing temperatures too early. It will tease you all game if you obsess over it, and then you're just never going to get it. We're actually going to be able to investigate. We're pretty high sanity. We found the ghost room. Now we're just gonna bring our stuff over. We need a photo of the ghost, so we definitely want to get the camera over there. Let's go both cameras first. You know, the one thing that's always scary, we don't have it this time, but if you got on 150% speed, if you gotta survive a hunt, you kind of need to time it. So I'm usually just counting in my head, and it's about 60 seconds that they hunt for. So at 50 seconds, I'll run out and try to draw the ghost in and see if I can get a smudge on it. Now this is slightly nervous for me because the crucifix doesn't perfectly cover the room. It's covering just about all the room, but not perfectly. Let's turn this off. I don't see ghost orbs, which, although it doesn't tell me much evidence-wise, it rules out mimic. And yes, I am doing that first on purpose. I'm gonna check the other room that it threw stuff in just in case, because it's not a mimic. Pretty much guaranteed at that point, because it was active in that room. It's throwing a lot of stuff. It makes me feel like a phantom. So again, I want to leave the camera there. Don't take the camera with you. Again, I'm carrying the smudge for safety. And with tier 3 smudges, I'm kind of messing myself up here because I have to hide in order to survive the hunt. So I'm also going to have to keep checking sanity. And then at some point, I'm going to have to bring all the smudges over. The bane of my existence is going to be room changes. If that thing changes rooms and hunts, I'm just toast. Let's get... Actually, this I don't... let's get one more thing. Let's get an evidence item, and then we'll bring it with that stuff. We're sitting pretty high on sanity. I cheesed it a little bit by taking the meds, but the meds are part of it. Like they lowered the amount that it raises your sanity just to make it part of the challenge. Okay. The fact that we can't sprint is slightly... I set myself to be able to sprint the first time I did this. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I did Apoc1, I was a dum-dum. I did some things that got me killed right off the bat. I tried to loop it in the church, and eventually it worked, but looping in the church is kind of goofy because the ghost can take a couple paths past the podium, and none of those paths actually work well. Alright, so let's check for salt. You know it's still in this room. This will be the time it does not insta-salt, I guarantee it. Didn't I bring... I thought I brought a firelight with me. Am I crazy? Okay, no wraith. Now, typically on a normal 2 investigation run, you're not going to try to eliminate ghosts that way. I put the firelight on the table, didn't I? You're not going to try to eliminate ghosts that way. You're just going to go for the evidence. But because we have no sprint, we don't want to make this too tedious once we get the evidence. We want to get the evidence and know pretty confidently. I did not bring it. That's weird. That's a mistake on my part. Not a big mistake, but it's not the best either. Okay. Dots is going to be weird in this room. Y'all got me fully locked in today. Beating these 3 challenges, could you imagine, like, best case scenario, I beat them all 3 games in a row, I would absolutely do a backflip. You'd be doing ditter flips. The ghost so far is active, but I keep forgetting to bring stuff that I want to bring. Oh my gosh, it's teasing that freezing temp. But at least I know it's still in here. I think we're just gonna put it here. That seems pretty good. Still no evidence yet. I'm a little nervous about it changing rooms at this point. And it hasn't evented either, so there's something weird about that. But it did throw stuff the last time I was in the room leaving. Whoa, it got really active after I left. Blew out the firelight once. We are absolutely not going for perfect games on these, by the way, in case anyone's wondering about that little thing. Also, do you all notice how I'm constantly carrying a smudge with me? There's no time where I don't have a smudge. When you do APOC runs, the smudges are a godsend. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't remember having, maybe I did have evidence on, but I didn't try to get evidence the first time I did this. The only thing that's bothering me right now, like I'm slightly concerned about, is the fact that I don't have sprint and I have tier 3 smudges. It's very concerning. If you're in a situation where like you can't really get away from the ghost, but you're trying to hide, you gotta do like a quick break their line of sight and close a door. So the way I would recommend this situation is like, we're gonna smudge it and then run into a room and instantly close a door. Hello, how are you? Are you old? Are you alive? Are you dead? Are you sad? Are you Michael Jackson? Oh, elderly, okay. 2. Okay. That's a start. Now we need salt. What do we need? We need salt. We need to light that back up. Or do we? It could still be an Unreal. Theogen twins. We still need a photo of the ghost. We should look at if we have a cursed possession at some point. So what do we want? We need the rest of the evidence and then start bringing smudges over. Let's look at our cursed possession. If anyone doesn't know where the cursed possessions are on this map, every single one is up on this platform. Music box, so we can get an easy photo of the ghost for sure. It's just a bit of a nightmare if it hunts. What are we gonna do? I need to be able to get a photo. Oh my gosh, maybe not. Because I don't have the tier 1 smudges, I don't think I can pull this off. Three smudges is about 20 seconds. Yeah, that would be really dicey. So I still want a normal photo of the ghost, and I'm probably going to abuse the meds again. I need that in there. I'm going to take that in the other room so that if it changes rooms, I kind of have a heads up. This is probably as big brain as I'm going to be in this entire Phasmophobia streaming lifetime. So all I'm trying to do is set up to identify when the ghost is choosing to change rooms. So if it's popping off with this thing in the other room, then we know it's gone. Now I don't know how far the ghost can travel to change rooms, so that's another thing I have to pay attention to. Still in this room, which is very good news. What am I missing? I mean, I don't need any of that. Oh, I need to get salt to be able to check for UV, so a salt and a smudge and I'll be back. It burnt the crucifix. So we need to look at sanity. And then it blew out the firelight, so it's not an Unreal. We can check when we come back, but we're pretty confident it burnt the crucifix. Oh, it was less than 50%, so. So not an Unreal. If it is UV, we're looking at Phantom Poltergeist, which it's probably a poltergeist. We have to get a photo. How do we do this? Alright. We're gonna hit one more med. We need to see for sure that we have UV. So far, so good. We're off to a good start here. If we beat this one, then we move on to Apoc2. I'm literally gonna be very much following, I'm using the rules as they are. So it sounds weird to say it that way, but because they're allowing me some it is UV. Beautiful. So ultraviolet. No, not ghost writing. Ultraviolet. So it's a poltergeist or a phantom. So now we need a picture of the ghost. Ooh, I was getting ready. I need a picture of the ghost, and I need a ghost event. That's a concern of mine. We can use the spirit box at some point to get our below 25% sanity situation. I need it to event. That's the biggest thing I need. I mean, we're gonna stand in the dark, I guess. It's throwing stuff. If it doesn't event, that could be an issue. You know what? We're gonna throw that down. Turn that on. The photo's the hardest part sometimes. That time we appreciate the insta-salt. So we're gonna go this way. Grab one more smudge. I'm gonna smudge to make it more active. And then I'm gonna try to hopefully hope for an event and get a photo. The other thing we could do, before we smudge, we'll try to set up a polter pile. Just gotta be careful, because I didn't give myself a ton of sanity when I took that sanity med. Two-second grace period, so if it does start to hunt, I'm not going to be totally toast. What did I say I wanted to do? You can turn that off. A polty pile. Okay. I know there's stuff in this room. And if not, we can go to other rooms and find stuff. Oh my god, it's such a small space that I have to even get that. It's throwing stuff. Now I gotta be careful, because if this polter pile explodes on my head, then I lose sanity. Is that it? Is that all that's in here? Let's hold this out. Let's go see if there's anything in the other room. Can't pick up any of those books. These I can. There's probably enough for a polter pile, but I want to be safe. Grab that glass too. The motion sensor hasn't gone off yet, so we're very lucky that this thing's not changing rooms at all. Okay, we have a polter pile. 1.7. Okay, so we want to smudge to make it active. So when you do that, just smudge from one. No. Where's my photo camera? Got it. Whew. Got the picture of the ghost. That's huge. Man, that thing didn't waste time. So now we need a low average sanity. And that was a ghost event too. We got 2 in 1. Yes! That was so huge! I'm pretty sure that still counts that we got the translucent ghost there. I would like for it to blow this up because it's hard to check for... Wait, it's not a phantom. It's a poltergeist. I'm pretty sure that that's how that works because we can see the ghost in there. It'd be nice if it blew this pile up. Do it. Do it. Blow the pile up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blow it up. Ghost event. Shadow ghost. It's gonna hunt soon. So I just gotta be ready for that. If it burns the Cruci, we'll go away. We're just gonna assume that that I have that right. It's working fine. Yeah, we're gonna go lower our sanity and then get out of here. I'm pretty sure all ghost photos, the phantom would have to disappear. We're gonna close that. Oh, we're below 25%. We could get out. And that'd be a successful first run. So it cannot be a phantom. Has to be a poltergeist. We got rid of Mimic too. We tried to check for ghost orbs. GG's. GG's. That should be it. Yeah, there it is. And that's Apoc1.